Message to my sister that, well, things aren't really what they've seen. There's so much
I was trying to appropriately name it. It was a flopumentary. It's
articles that go out about family aren't directed by her or approved by her.
For years, Meghan Markle's life has been a whirlwind of mystery, secrets, and whispers that never seem to stop. But that silence, the one everyone thought would last forever, just shattered. And not by a royal insider, not by Harry, and not even by some tabloid desperate for clicks. This time, the voice came from inside the family from Samantha Markle, Meghan's own sister. And what she said? It sent shockwaves across every corner of the royal world. Samantha claimed Meghan had a hysterectomy at just 28 years old. 28! That's the age when most women are dreaming of family, of motherhood. But if that's true, then everything Meghan ever said about her pregnancies becomes impossible. Let that sink in. Because right after that claim,
for years, Meghan Markle's life has been painted as polished. A straight path from high school to Hollywood, from
a woman no one had ever seen before, no disguise, no trembling, no fear, stepped forward and said something that flipped the entire royal fairy tale upside down. 5 words that made the world stop. I carried Archie and Lilibet. Tonight, we're diving into the story that Meghan never wanted told, the woman who says she carried the royal children, the documents she brought, the secrets she broke, and the truth that could change everything we thought we knew about Harry and Meghan. Now, here's the thing. Surrogacy by itself isn't a scandal. It's a miracle. It's a lifeline for families who can't have children naturally. People celebrate it. They post about it. They talk openly about the women who helped bring their babies into the world.
Out there, she's cover girl now, Harper's Bazaar. Do we have the video?
But when you're royalty, when every baby born carries centuries of bloodlines and family legacy, nothing is simple. Everything gets political. Because in the royal world, every birth is documented, tracked, and recorded. The where, the when, and the from whom are all part of the crown's history. It's not just about family, it's about lineage. And if a baby isn't carried by the royal mother herself, well, that's when questions start flying. And Meghan? She wasn't just anyone. She had built her image as the unstoppable Duchess, the actress who walked into the palace and rewrote the rules. She was glamour, independence, control, all wrapped into one dazzling smile. She was the woman who seemed to have it all. So, if Samantha's claim about that surgery is true, then the pregnancies that followed, those glowing photos, those elegant maternity looks, those perfect portraits, suddenly stop being reality. They start to look like a performance. People began to whisper, but the whispers didn't fade this time. They grew louder. The timelines didn't line up.
Ends with the year that never made sense. June 1994. Meghan graduates from Immaculate Heart.
The details didn't match. And then she appeared. A woman no one had ever heard of before. She called herself DL. Calm, direct, no shaking voice, no blurred face. She didn't ask for pity. She didn't cry. She said it like a truth she'd been holding for too long. I carried Archie. I carried Lilibet. Not helped, not donated, not involved. She said carried. The full 9 months, twice. While Meghan was posing for magazines, cradling her belly in designer dresses, DL says the real pregnancies were happening inside her.
Strained relationship with her estranged family, including older sister Samantha.
And the part that made everyone's stomach twist, DL said she wasn't treated like a woman giving life, she was treated like a vessel. Used, discarded, erased, her words cut deep. I wasn't a person to them. I was just the body doing what they needed. She said she was silenced, hidden behind layers of secrecy, forced to disappear after it was all over. But now, she's done hiding. She brought the one thing that changes gossip into fact proof. DL didn't just come with a story, she came with receipts. Appointment logs, medical schedules, signed doctor slips, all stamped and dated.
Not with gossip, but with something far more dangerous, clarity. She spoke about whispers that had floated.
And every single one matched Meghan's public pregnancy timeline perfectly. When Meghan announced Archie, DL says she was already in the clinic, already undergoing the early stages of pregnancy. When Meghan posed with her bump, DL was in her second trimester. When Meghan gave birth, DL says she did too, just not in front of the cameras. It wasn't one coincidence. It was 2 pregnancies, 2 identical timelines, 2 separate realities unfolding side by side, one for the world, one hidden in secrecy. And here's where it gets darker. DL said it started right after the royal wedding, the same fairy tale millions watched. The tiara, the kiss, the carriage. While the world was celebrating the Duchess of Dreams, another story was quietly being written in the shadows. Within weeks of that wedding, DL says she was approached. No random meeting, no open discussion. She says she was escorted through private entrances of medical facilities, no waiting rooms, no witnesses, no trace. Then came the contract. Thick, complicated, filled with fine print, but its meaning was crystal clear. Stay silent forever. The agreement wasn't just about discretion. It was about erasure. DL says she was told she would never speak, never exist in their story. She'd do her part, hand over the children, and vanish. And if she broke that silence, financial ruin, total destruction. But even secrecy leaves a trail, and her appointments lined up with Meghan's public appearances too perfectly. When Meghan's glow began, DL was nauseous from morning sickness. When Meghan's belly began to show, DL's did too. When Meghan announced Archie's birth, DL says that was the week she gave birth herself. It was a mirror image, 2 calendars, synced down to the day. And DL didn't stop there. She had ultrasounds, 2 of them, both stamped with her patient ID, her name, her medical record number. One from 2019, one from 2020. And guess what? Those are the exact years Archie and Lilibet were born. If those records are real, then the pregnancies Meghan displayed weren't hers, they were DL's. She had bank records too, wire transfers routed through shadowy shell companies, payments meant for her. But she says not all of it came. Some did, some didn't. Enough to remind her that she was being paid, but not enough to let her forget she was disposable. And then the NDA, so severe, so brutal, it threatened to ruin her if she spoke, but years later, DL found out the contract wasn't enforceable outside the US. That tiny loophole was all she needed to finally break her silence. And when she did, she didn't whisper, she challenged. She offered to take a public DNA test live on camera with Archie and Lilibet. If I'm lying, she said, you'll know in minutes. No tricks, no PR spin, just DNA. The one thing that can't lie. That challenge made the royal silence even louder. Because Meghan's team didn't respond. No denial, no statement, no spin, nothing. And when silence used to work before, now it sounded like fear. People went back to old footage. That viral clip where Meghan bent over and her bump folded. Folded like fabric, not flesh. At the time, everyone brushed it off as a wardrobe mishap. But now, in hindsight, it looks chillingly different. Because pregnant bellies don't fold. They stretch. They move. They never crease. And then there's the mystery of Archie's birth. Every royal birth before was public hospital steps, doctors, photos. But Archie's? Nothing. No hospital, no staff, no witnesses, just Harry awkwardly standing in a stable announcing Meghan had given birth. No baby scene, no mother photographed leaving a hospital, just words. For the first time, the royal baby arrived without proof of royal birth. And Lilibet, same story. Announced from California, no public appearance, no hospital sighting. The pattern repeated, controlled, filtered, silent. Then DL dropped the bomb. No one expected Harry knew. She said he wasn't an innocent bystander. He wasn't fooled. He was involved. He attended appointments, signed documents, approved arrangements. He looked her in the eye. That changed everything. Because suddenly, Harry wasn't just the husband protecting his wife. He was a co-author of the entire illusion. Sources say that since then, Harry hasn't been the same. He's paranoid, restless, angry. He's cut people off. He's constantly afraid of what might come out next. Because he knows exactly what DL knows, and he knows what will happen if it's proven true. He left the royal family to escape pressure, but he didn't escape anything. He built a new cage, one made of secrets, NDAs, and guilt. Every photo, every public statement, every private choice is now being re-examined. The silence they thought would protect them has become the proof that something's wrong. DL's voice changed everything. The ultrasound records, the bank transfers, the NDA, the DNA challenge, all out in the open now. She didn't come to destroy lives, she came to reclaim hers. And the public can feel it. The polished image of Meghan and Harry, once untouchable, is cracking. The world's favorite royal rebels are suddenly characters in a story far darker than anyone imagined. Because this isn't just about surrogacy, it's about erasure. It's about hiding a woman who gave life and pretending she never existed. And DL, she's not disappearing this time. She's standing her ground, her documents in hand, daring the world to look away. The royal PR teams are silent. The world is watching. Journalists are digging. DNA doesn't lie, and one way or another, the truth will surface. DL was supposed to be nothing, a secret, a shadow, a ghost. But now, she's the one holding the key to everything. And as this storm builds, one thing is certain. Meghan and Harry's carefully crafted fairy tale is beginning to fracture in real time. So the question now isn't whether the truth will come out, it's when. Because secrets can stay hidden for years, but once they start to crack, there's no going back. And this time, it's not just gossip, it's a reckoning. And here's where it all spirals, because once DL's voice broke through, everything Meghan and Harry built began to tremble. The fairy tale couple, the golden brand, the picture of freedom and independence, it all started looking like a carefully constructed illusion built on secrets. Meghan's team stayed silent, but silence isn't strength anymore. It's fear. And the public can sense it. Every unanswered question feels heavier. Every ignored claim starts sounding truer. People who once defended Meghan are quietly stepping back, unsure what to believe. Royal watchers, reporters, even fans, everyone's combing through old footage, interviews, timelines, trying to connect the dots. How could two stories fit together so perfectly if there wasn't some truth hiding in between? And Harry, oh, Harry, he looks different now. Not the cheeky prince who laughed off scandal. He looks tired, guarded, like a man who's fighting ghosts that only he can see. The walls of privacy he built have turned into a trap, and every secret he tried to bury is clawing its way back up. DL, on the other hand, isn't backing down. She's no longer a hidden chapter, she's the headline. The one woman Meghan's team never expected to face in the open. She's talking to networks, gathering more papers, saying if they want to deny it, let's do the DNA test right now. In public, no cameras off. You can almost feel the tension building, the world holding its breath, waiting for anyone to answer. And that's the scariest part for the palace and the Sussexes. Because DL's story isn't just a rumor that fades after a week, it's a wound that keeps bleeding. Every time Meghan posts, every time Harry appears on camera, people whisper, "Is it true?" The fairy tale is breaking apart, not with a bang, but with a steady unraveling, one truth at a time. And the thing about truth, it never stays buried forever. No matter how royal, how powerful, or how protected you are, it finds its way out. DL was meant to disappear, but she didn't. She rose from silence, armed with facts, memories, and the kind of courage that terrifies people who've spent years living behind curtains of control. Now, the world's watching the story Meghan thought she'd buried come back to life. The perfect image is cracking, the illusion is fading, and for the first time, people aren't seeing a duchess. They're seeing a mystery unravel. And this time, the silence won't save them.